Hi, you guys. Welcome back. My name is Carrie Penny. I am the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and welcome to show and tell number 136. So before we crack on here, I just want to let you guys know I did boo-boo my neck and shoulder here. I woke up with it a little stiff here this morning, and when I went to the grocery store, I turned to check traffic and felt a crack right there. And there is a knot there, so I have a feeling I'll spend some quality time with some icy hot or I've got some Campari muscle pain cream. So heating pad or something. I got a massage gun. Maybe I'll crack that out and try to work this knot out. But if I'm moving a little weird, if I don't quite get something to the camera to show it to you, that's what's going on. It's okay. Everybody in the house is doing fine. We had the normal, like, once a week, there seems to be a doctor's appointment or something that has to be attended to, but nothing extraordinary on that front. Banner is still shooting up like a little weed. He's finally hit the point where he's not hungry anymore, so he's eating probably close to like 5 ounces of food, which isn't nearly enough, but he has access to more. That's all I can do is give him access to it. I have a feeling what's going to happen is next week he's going to start like eating everything again. And we're going to see him grow even more. He's doubled in length in the last 4 weeks since we got him. He's now doubled his weight since we got him. So I think he's doing the actual like growing thing now. It's like you get chunky, then you grow, then you get chunky, then you grow. So he got chunky over the last couple weeks. I think we're working on the growing out thing. But he's still adorable. Painfully adorable. Even at 2 o'clock in the morning where he's trying to mimic Jack jumping over the candlestick over the bed and missing. And then spending half an hour with Pippin acting like that was the bed was a speed hump as they chase each other in circles through the house. Instead of taking it to the, like, as they were jumping over the bed, I would literally be reaching out, catching one, grabbing them, saying, take this to the living room, kiss them on the head and let them go. And then 2 minutes later, they'd be back to using the bed as a speed hump as they run circuits through the house. So that went on for about 30 to 45 minutes at 2 a.m. the other day. And I was a little upset at the time. And then Banner spent all day yesterday cuddled in my lap looking at me going, you're the most amazing mommy ever. And Pippin curled up with me and he's like, you're the most amazing mommy ever. And then you're like, okay, I won't get rid of you. You can stay. My brother and his wife welcomed their first child. So I am now an auntie to a little girl. They have a private life, so I'm not going to. But I do have a new little niece. My brother swears she was screaming her head off all morning from 3 o'clock on and then tanked out and was sleeping like a little angel. And it's like, I don't think that thing screamed that long. Just saying. I don't think she spent that long clearing her lungs. Don't believe you. Video or it didn't happen. Anyway, so they're first-time parents and they're enjoying it so far. It's exhausting. Parenthood generally is, but they're doing great. Everybody's healthy. That's all we could ask for. And apparently the little girl has some really good lungs. Anyway, I'm going to jump into my basket of goodies here. I have one more video I'm going to try to film today, and that will be Saturday crafty chat thing that I'm going to try to put up. If that doesn't happen, it's okay. Life. Anyway, so we're going to start off with some happy mail here. I did get 2 things in my post office. I got a card from Tiffany over at Tea Blush Creations. And she also sent me some yarn that was like from her stash, kind of left over from other projects. She sent me a ball of the Bernat satin. And this is in Great Mist Heather. And by the way, I saw your comment roll through last week. I just haven't responded to any of the comments yet. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for the happy mail. And this is Drops Puna Unicolor. And this is in color 9. This one is 100% alpaca. It's 50 grams, 120 yards. And the Bernat Satin is a number 4, 100% acrylic, 100 grams, 200 yards. But I actually have a Merino Alpaca blend and a light gray and dark gray somewhere in here that this will pair very, very nicely with for a shawl. And gray acrylic is always great. That is always great. So thank you so much, Tiffany. And then over here, we have a card from Made by Marsha Mom, or as I call her, Marsha, or my favorite wackadoodle. And we get another handmade, beautiful handmade card. And inside this one, we have Marsha's signature confetti. And there's some glitter ones and plain ones. And then she also sent me a whole bunch of the stickers that she's been printing and making. Craft your stress away. Crafting forever, housework whenever. I need that on a button badge. Crafting fills my life and my kitchen table, my closet, or my kitchen, my table, my closet, my bedroom, my living room. And boy, ain't that the truth. Life is short. Buy the craft supplies. There's no such thing as too much yarn. And I am hooked on crochet, so I have plenty of stickers to stick all over the place. Let's see what my husband has to say about that. I haven't stuck any stickers weird places yet. I keep threatening to. But thank you so much, Marsha. I've got to check and see if both of these ladies have channels. They'll be in the description box down below. So check them out. But I'll have to see if Marsha's uploaded anything recently, because after her move, she's been getting her house together. And I know she just got her craft room together the other day. So obviously she's found time to do some crafting. All right, up next, we have some acquisitions. I'm going to save that one for number 2. So this was actually kind of funny. A couple weeks ago, I was sitting there on a Sunday morning, drinking my coffee. I wanted to buy yarn. Like, I wanted to treat myself. So I went to like Daramore's and Webs and Premier, and I'm going through all these websites trying to find something that's just I just want a treat. Just a treat. Stash builder. Something that screams, work with me! And I just wasn't finding anything that talked to me. Like, of all the places I went that Sunday morning, I just could not find anything that screamed talk to me. And then I decided to go check out Mary Maxim. So they did actually put their Christmas sock yarns on sale, and they had free shipping. So I didn't feel bad just getting like 2 balls of yarn, but I did get 2 of their Christmas sock yarns. This one is in candy cane. These are the exact same label information. 437 yards, 100 grams, 75% superwash wool, 25% polyamide. And this is the Festive Feet. And then the other one that I got, this one is called Happy Holidays. And this is the faux Fair Isle stripe sock. I've used quite a bit of the Mary Maxim sock yarn over the years, and I think it holds up really, really well, which is kind of why I enjoy working with it. As much as I love my fancy stuff, like, I just, for $6, don't mind making socks out of these. It's part of my problem using the fancy stuff. Is like, but I spent $20 on that. I want to show it off around my face, not on nobody sees my feet. I want, but it's got that durable feeling. It feels like wool, which I actually like for my socks. I like that tooth to it, and I actually like working with the more toothy sock yarns when I'm making socks. They just seem to knit up a little bit denser. There's only so far I can drop my needle size before it starts to hurt my fingers to pull the yarn through. And with these toothier yarns, I don't feel like I need to drop down to like a 0 or a 1 to knit socks as often, even if they're a size 1. But it's not as thick if you've used like the Peyton's Croy yarn. It's not as thick as that. It is a finer yarn, but it works up great for socks. I love it for socks. So when I saw these, I was like, you know what? Kind of feeling it. Kind of feeling it. And I almost went ahead and cast on socks, but I already have 2 pairs of socks cast on and really need to finish those. So, and both of those will be great for Valentine's Day, which is coming up in 3 days, something like that. So anyway, yeah, that's where. My other acquisition is my refill for my pickle jar from Aberdeen Wool Company came in. I will leave them in the description box down below. If you've seen my pickle jar project, I did get an email about this the other day. I am joining in the balls just using a standard knit and join, but you can, if you don't care where your join is hitting in the rounds, if you just want to spiral regardless and go to the end of the yarn, just do a Russian join as you're adding in new balls. I kind of went off the I am not doing the pattern necessarily as it came with the pickle jar, and I'm using a different needle because as much as I want to love the Likey needles, I just don't. So I am using my Chow-Gu needle, and I am doing 3 rows of one color, 3 rows of color 2, 3 of A, 3 of B, 3 of A, 3 of B. And when one runs out, I just stick the next one in. I'm not doing even rows. So I did just do a knitter's join where you've got tails to weave in, but you can use the Russian join if you're just spiraling your colors in like that. Just use the Russian join. Don't give yourself ends to weave in. Just sew them together as you go. I will email you, but if you see this before I have a chance to email you back, that's what I'm doing. But this is just a refill pack. It just comes in a bag, no jar, no needle, no nothing. This is once again the Tangled Poets collection, which is the collection that made up my advent calendar. I told you guys, I just like the yarn. I just dig the yarns. They're very pretty. They're very vibrant. There is a huge difference in the yarns. There's nice variety in them. That's one of the reasons why I love the way that pickle jar scarf is working up with the alternated color pattern, because it all blends together visually, because there's just everything's so different. It all just kind of blends by the time you're done. So really enjoying this project so far. I did get the refill pack so I can do a matching hat at least, if not some fingerless gloves, because I've really been into fingerless gloves recently and really into making 3-piece sets for some reason. At least I'm at least always getting the cowl and the hat done, and then I've got the stuff for the fingerless gloves set aside. I just haven't started most of those, but it's there. It's there. But yeah, that's why I went ahead and grabbed the refill pack, because I want to go ahead and do a 5.5 foot long scarf in the tube that I'm already knitting, and that's going to take all of the yarn I have. So that's why. But I placed this order on January 3rd, and this got, or January 13th. And this got here on like February, what's today? The 10th. So this got here like on the 7th, I think. But yeah, very happy about that. That's just finishing another project though. Finished objects. We're on to the last 2 things in my basket of Wanda. So first off, I finished my Advent socks. This was the first project in my Advent calendar from 2021 that I opened in January of 2022. If you missed all that. My Advent calendar was once again from Aberdeen Wool Co. And it was the Tangled Poets 2021 box. Matchmaker, matchmaker, make me a match. Anyway, I did make some alterations to the pattern. If you have seen other people's socks from this, or have seen other people working on these, you will see that my striping pattern is very different than theirs. I don't like tall socks. And I realized if I did the extra wide green band up here, these were going to be way too long for me to wear. I have giant calf muscles, so if anything comes up to the calf, That's it. That's it. And you either have to go to my knee or to my calf. That's the only choice you have. So it's just not comfortable to wear high socks for me. So I did shorten these. All the stripes from the heel turn on, or from this last set of blue, all the way up have been abbreviated so that it fit the length that I preferred. I did not do a full 1.5 inches. I just did 1 inch of the cuff color there. And I did do the Shadow Wrap heel by Earth Tone Girls. I followed her video tutorial. You can also purchase the pattern on Ravelry. I will leave a link, or I will leave her channel tag down below, but you can go find her tutorial. It is an excellent tutorial. My first pair of pink socks that I decided to pick back up out of my whip caddy is ready for the heel. So I will be reading my pattern that I purchased to finish those. That's why I said I kind of sucked out. Enjoy these. They're beautiful. I just have a whole bunch of ends to weave in still. I've not been very good at weaving in ends recently. And the other thing I finished is I finished my Hummingbird cowl using the Premier Bloom. This is on a size 4 needle, I believe. Could be a 6, could be a 4. Now I can't remember. I know I did the hat on a 4. I think I did this on a 4. The ripping looks to be about the same and the stitches seem to be about the same size. 150 stitches, knit 2, purl 2, rib for just under 4 inches. I matched the pattern. So we did 1 section of blue, 1 section of bloom, 1 section of bloom, 1 section of bloom. So it was as close to 4 inches as I could get in pattern of the yarn. And then we did just under a foot in the straight stockinette, and then 4 inches on the other end, following in pattern. I did do a different version of a stretchy bind off than I normally do for these. And it doesn't zipper in as tight as the cast on. So I think I'm better off doing this sewn bind off, which just, if I care how it looks, if this isn't something that's actually going to be stretched or hidden, I think I'm still better off doing the sewn bind off when it comes to doing the stretchy rib. I mean, this has a lot of give. It's great. It just doesn't zipper in on the edge. And so I still haven't found the perfect knit off bind off that is stretchy or kind of stretchy. But this is nice. And funnily enough, so like, it's still like, it was 30 this morning when I left. Oh, that was a bad idea. I can't get my hair out. It was 30 when I left this morning, but it was like 45 when I got home. So we were all like burning up. None of us checked to see what time it was actually going to start warming up, because it's like supposed to be 70 today. But yeah, so for this bind off worked fine because I can pull it down wide and it's not really going to stretch the ribbing out because it already doesn't lay flat. And that's to match my hat that I made the other day. And I did do this one deeper. Throw the ends around. I have a bunch of ends to weave in this weekend. And I still need to put my hot pink pom-pom on the top of the hat. But that's how my set turned out. And I have a pale pink parka coat that I wear when it's actually cold. I wear a black fleece when it's not. So if it's chilly, see, my ears are the cold part. My ears and the back of my neck. So I almost always, like, if it's under 45-ish, we'll still put on a hat. So I'll wear that with the black fleece, but it'll also be super cute with my pink parka coat. And I plan on making some fingerless gloves to match this. I have some full finger gloves and I do have some mittens. I just prefer having access to my fingertips. Because even with the gloves that say that I have to find the seam of where the pad is on the finger and use that to try to do things on my phone if somebody's texting me in the morning, which recently that's happened a lot. So I've been getting a lot of texts before 10 a.m. And I'm trying to like, and at that point, I just may as well freeze my fingers off and type. So I prefer fingerless gloves. I'm not walking a dog like everybody else. I keep my hands in my pockets. And I'm planning on doing the ones that have the fold up tips. I gotta find the pattern. You can fold them back and they're like standard fingerless gloves, or you fold them up and they're kind of like open tip mittens, basically. And they're done in a rib stitch so they stay close to your fingers. So those are the ones I'm planning on making. So they really will actually work as like keeping you warm kind of thing. But anyway, that's everything in my basket of goodies. I'm still working on the corner to corner in the theme of the University of North Carolina blanket. I've worked a lot on that. I have been working a little bit on my skull sweater. And like I said, I pulled out one of my UFO pairs of socks and I'm working on that. So I've got a lot of things working. I have my Advent shawl. Like, there's a lot of things that I'm working on right now that just aren't getting done for one reason or another. And I do have my Avery Lane Creations yarn upstairs. I still haven't decided on a final pattern for that yet. So that'll be getting started hopefully over the weekend. And yeah, you know, it's never dull. Never dull. I also got my pickle scarf that I've been working on. So anyway, you guys, take care. As always, I love you, and I will see you guys real soon. Bye, guys.
What you doing? Did you just wake up? Did you just wake up? No, you're not going to keep stretching like you were. You're not going to keep your flop stretch going. Why? Get patting you? Look at those ear tufts. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Twists. Look at that tum-tums. Look at that pinno tum-tum. Oh, nom, 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 nom. Nom, nom, nom. Nom, 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 nom. Mm-hmm. You cutie pie, yes you are. You're a tiny little banner man. You're my tiny little banner man.